Hey guys, I'm Nate, the Otter Outdoorsman. I'm going to introduce a series that I'm starting for you guys. I'm calling it Birding Basics. I figured one of my favorite hobbies is birding, and I thought I'd show you guys how some good ways of doing it and how to bird or go birding. I'm starting off today around my house. Today I'm doing some gear maintenance around the house and getting my tent set put away after last weekend. And just sitting around, I've been seeing a lot of different birds, woodpeckers, hawks, and because it's becoming spring, it's perfect. So I'm going to show you some of the some basic things to have with you. And I'll tell you what some of the good things to wear and bring. And we will, and this will introduce you guys to what you'll need before we go out birding, which will be one of the next videos. Thank you. Let's get started. One of the first parts of gear that you'd want to have, but it's not necessary, is you can either get away with a camera or a good set of binoculars. I have a good waterproof pair here, which I believe it's an 8x42, which means it has an 8 zoom. And they're great to have. You always want to keep it around your neck. And these will allow you to basically see the birds at a distance. You don't need to know what type of bird they are. I mean, you can just get the details, and it's where you can start. They always have these little lens caps and a back lens cap. On them, you'll have a knob here, which adjusts if you wear glasses or not. I sometimes do, and you'll occasionally see me wear them. And when you have glasses, you have these little portions down, and you will be able to, but if you're out this way, you can use them and you can look. Like I had a bird up there, which actually just landed. I can adjust. Let's see, where did that little guy go? Huh. Then you have the knob between the two centers that you can adjust for vision. Sometimes you gotta adjust other parts. Well, let's see. And I can tell you this much, this bird was not planned. I really wish it was though. Ah, here we go. So I got a little chickadee playing around up in the tree over there. And just a quick adjustment allowed me to see at a distance. You won't constantly be adjusting this knob right here. Having a good set of binoculars, 8 usually is probably about the minimum you want to get, will go a long way, and you can use it for more than just birding. I use it to check things at a distance. I'm actually going to put this around my neck. You always want to keep, when you're out in the field, you want to keep your binoculars around your neck. And then one thing you want to get used to is when I was taking an ornithology class, we were taught to basically do a quick draw with binoculars. You see something, and the best way to pick it is pick a target. And then, without losing eyesight with it, take your binoculars and bring it up. Bring it up and look directly at your target. Doing that, it'll allow you to pick a bird, find something that lands, and I really wish something landed as it did that, but it'll allow you to find something and just pick it. And that'll allow you to scan your area and then just snap right into a location. Now, along with the binoculars, your next best thing is actually the clothes you're wearing. Right now, I'm not wearing any bright colors. I'm wearing blue, but I'd normally be wearing brown. My hat is not anything bright. The color you don't want to wear is red. Like the camera I'm using right now to film with, I wouldn't bring out because it's a bright orange. And to birds, the color red is actually an aggressive color, and they won't be as active. The next best thing you'd want to wear is just some nice, I'm wearing black work pants right now, but I'd often either wear khaki or brown pants, or blue. I'll generally wear my brown sweatshirt and a black jacket over that. I'll even sometimes either wear this hat, which has actually a little blue jay feather in it, or it'll have one of my gray scally cap or something like that, just so that I can kind of blend in. Then in order to do that, what you're going to want to do is just sit down and just be quiet. Not move. Don't make any sudden movements. That will allow you to see birds and allow them to get comfortable. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video before I go out and actually do some birding is so I can instruct you without having to disturb all the birds that are around me. Like one right about there that just went behind a tree, so I can't actually take a look at it. After that, some of the good optionals to have with you is a good bird field guide. I'll link to some below, but one of my favorite ones and one of the most commonly used one is a Peterson's guide. You can get them for regional areas, you can get them for the entire United States or the country you're in, or you can get them for regionals. Like the one I regularly bring with me is an Eastern Peterson's guide, so it covers the entire east side of the United States, but doesn't really venture outside. It divides them up into taxonomic groups, so a little bit of knowledge on that, which I will try and cover a little bit, will go a long way with that, but it really shows you the points you need to look for on the bird. You'll see a National Audubon Society book out there. They're okay. They're really not good for if you want to go out and identify birds. They have good pictures of birds, though. So if you want a kind of a base knowledge, but nothing in too distant. Next thing you sometimes want to bring with you is a notebook and a pen or pencil. It'll allow you to sketch birds you see. It'll allow you to take notes on them, and allow you to reference them if you want to get better at identifying birds. Now, some of this stuff may not be useful if you're not interested in birding, but as a lot of people like myself also think about, sometimes survival, and having some of this base knowledge of how to identify and find birds will actually help you in your endeavors, and I'll actually be touching upon that in the future. Various birds are easier to find if you're looking for them in your area, and you know what type of habitats or what type of areas they like, or even some can help direct you towards resources or help you know what type of environment you're around. Let me see. So again, some of the best equipment you're going to need. Binoculars, not wearing any bright clothing, the book, and the pen. There's some optional equipment that you could bring with you that are also really useful, but if you have all this stuff, isn't really necessary. You can get yourself what's called a spotting scope, which is basically a one lens version of binoculars, and they usually are at higher power they're generally higher power for cheaper equipment, because if I'm going to get a 10 scope of one of these or 11 scope, those are pretty expensive, but it will allow you to, with your binoculars, pick out a choice like that guy over there making a lot of noise. Let's see. And then once you scope them out, you can actually direct to either someone you're working with or yourself to use the spotting scope on them. You can use them to find nests. You can use them to look at birds at a further distance. And it's just a useful piece of kit. So I'll be directing you a little bit more on this in the future, but I want to have this basic knowledge out for you guys so that when I go out in the field with you guys, I won't have to disturb the birds, and I can even get you some better pictures of them, hopefully. I need a better camera with better zoom, but I will do my best. Some of the birds we're going to be looking at are like that I have around this area, smaller songbirds and what are called passerines. We'll be looking at them a lot. Then I'm also going to be looking at things like ducks, and even we'll try and get some good ones of hawks. The hawk I was actually listening to while setting up my gear has actually been quiet. But one of the things I'll also try and do with you is work with bird calls, which some are useful, some not so much. But things like knowing which type of hawks are in your area or what type of birds comes in useful. It's also relaxing and enjoyable. So, yeah, I think I'll end this here. And I hope you guys look forward to this video. And please leave me a comment. And share this with your friends, and I'll definitely bring out more videos. My name is Nate, and I am the Otter Outdoorsman. Saying I hope you enjoy birds, and I'll see you again next time.